Episode 6, The Rewards of SEO, From Traffic to Trust to Sales. Welcome back to the SEO Playbook. I'm Angie, and today we're going to talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. What success actually looks like when your SEO efforts start paying off. If you've been following this series, you've learned why Google Ads can drain your budget, how to create local SEO pages that rank, how to convert visitors into customers, how to build off-page authority, and the reality of backlink building. But today, I want to paint you a picture of what happens when all of this work comes together. Because here's the thing, SEO can feel like you're pushing a boulder up a mountain for months with no visible progress. Then suddenly, something clicks, and that boulder starts rolling downhill, picking up speed and momentum that compounds over time. I want to share some real stories with you today. Stories of businesses that went from invisible to irresistible in their local markets, and what that transformation actually looks like from the inside. The Christmas tree effect, when your rankings light up. Let me tell you about Sarah, who owns a plumbing company in Phoenix. When we started working together 18 months ago, she was spending $2,200 a month on Google Ads and getting maybe 15 to 20 calls from her website. 6 months into our SEO campaign, something magical happened. Sarah called me on a Tuesday morning, and I could hear the excitement in her voice. "Angie," she said, "I just logged into my rank tracking report, and it looks like a Christmas tree." What she was seeing was her keyword rankings report, where we track hundreds of search terms related to her business. In SEO software, unranked keywords show up as red. Keywords ranking on pages 2 to 5 show up as yellow or orange, and first page rankings show up as green. For months, Sarah's report had been mostly red with a few scattered yellow dots. But that Tuesday morning, it was lit up with green. Emergency plumber Phoenix, green. Water heater repair Scottsdale, green. Plumbing services Tempe, green. She had hit what I call the SEO tipping point, that moment when months of consistent effort suddenly translate into visible, measurable results. The phone that won't stop ringing. But rankings are just numbers on a screen. What really matters is what happens next. And for Sarah, what happened next was beautiful. Within 2 weeks of seeing her rankings improve, her phone started ringing. Not just a little more, a lot more. She went from 15 to 20 calls a month to 15 to 20 calls a week. But here's the really interesting part. The quality of these calls was completely different from her Google Ads traffic. When people clicked on her ads, they were often price shopping, calling multiple contractors, or not really sure what they needed. But when people found her through organic search results, they had already done their research. They had read her website, watched her videos, and decided she was the right person for the job before they even picked up the phone. Sarah told me, "These customers aren't asking me to compete with 3 other quotes. They're asking me when I can come out and fix their problem." That's the difference between earning your visibility and renting it. The compound effect, why SEO gets easier over time. Now, here's where the story gets really interesting. Remember, Sarah had been spending $2,200 a month on Google Ads. Once her organic traffic started converting into customers, she was able to reduce her ad spend to $800 a month, then $400, and eventually she turned off her ads completely. That's $2,200 a month back in her pocket, $26,400 a year, while getting more and better leads than she was getting from paid advertising. But the compound effect goes beyond just saving money on ads. Here's what else happened. More reviews. Happy customers started leaving more reviews, which improved her Google Business Profile rankings, which brought in even more customers. Word of mouth. Satisfied customers started referring their friends and neighbors, creating a referral network that had nothing to do with search engines. Brand recognition. People in her service area started recognizing her company name and trucks, creating local brand awareness. Employee confidence. Her team became more confident and motivated because they were busier and the business was growing. Pricing power. Because she wasn't competing solely on price anymore, she was able to raise her rates and improve her profit margins. This is what I call the SEO compound effect. Success builds on success, creating momentum that becomes self-sustaining. The Google Business Profile Transformation. Let's talk about what happened to Sarah's Google Business Profile during this transformation, because this is something you can actually see and measure. Before we started working together, her Google Business Profile was getting maybe 200 views per month and generating 5 to 8 phone calls. After 12 months of consistent SEO work, her profile was getting over 2,000 views per month and generating 40 to 50 phone calls directly from Google Maps and local search results. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Her profile went from being a static, boring listing to being an active, engaging showcase of her business. Fresh photos of completed projects every week, regular posts about seasonal plumbing tips and emergency preparedness, customer reviews that told stories about her team's professionalism and expertise, Q&A responses that demonstrated her knowledge and local expertise. Her Google Business Profile became like a mini website that was working for her 24/7, even when her main website was down for maintenance or updates. The traffic quality revolution. Here's something that surprised Sarah, and it surprises most of my clients. The quality of organic search traffic is dramatically different from paid search traffic. When someone clicks on a Google ad, they're often in shopping mode. They might click on 3 to 4 different ads, call multiple contractors, and choose based primarily on price. But when someone finds your website through organic search results, they've typically gone through a different mental process. 1. They searched for their problem. 2. They looked at the search results and chose yours because it seemed most relevant. 3. They spent time on your website reading your content. 4. They watched your videos and read your FAQs. 5. They decided you were the right choice before they contacted you. By the time they call you, they're not shopping, they're buying. Sarah noticed this difference immediately. Her close rate on organic leads was over 80%, compared to about 40% on leads from Google Ads. The geographic expansion effect. Once Sarah established authority in her core service area, something interesting happened. She started ranking for searches in neighboring cities and suburbs, without specifically targeting them. This is because Google recognized her as a trusted authority for plumbing services in the Phoenix metro area. When someone in a nearby city searched for plumbing services, Google would sometimes show her results because it knew she served that area and had strong authority signals. This geographic expansion effect allowed Sarah to grow her service area organically, without having to create separate marketing campaigns for each new city. The competitive moat. Here's something most business owners don't think about. Once you establish strong SEO authority in your market, you create what economists call a competitive moat. New competitors can't just show up and immediately outrank you. They have to go through the same months-long process of building content, earning backlinks, and establishing authority that you went through. Meanwhile, you're continuing to strengthen your position with fresh content, new backlinks, and growing customer reviews. I've seen established SEO leaders maintain their first page rankings for years, even when well-funded competitors try to challenge them with aggressive marketing campaigns. The metrics that actually matter. Let me share the key performance indicators that Sarah and I tracked during her SEO transformation, because these are the metrics that actually correlate with business growth. Ranking metrics. First page rankings for target keywords went from 12 to 89 in 12 months. Google Business Profile visibility in Map Pack results went from 15% to 78%. Average search position for branded searches went from position 8 to position 1. Traffic metrics. Organic website traffic increased 340% year over year. Google Business Profile views increased 900% year over year. Time spent on website increased from 45 seconds to 2 minutes 15 seconds. Conversion metrics. Phone calls from organic search increased 520% year over year. Contact form submissions increased 280% year over year. Close rate on organic leads improved from 40% to 82%. Business metrics. Monthly revenue increased 180% year over year. Profit margins improved due to reduced advertising costs and premium pricing. Customer lifetime value increased due to higher quality customers. The timeline reality check. Now let me give you realistic expectations about how long this transformation takes, because I don't want to paint an unrealistic picture. Months 1 to 3. Foundation building. You're creating content, optimizing pages, and building basic authority signals. You might see some small improvements, but nothing dramatic yet. Months 4 to 6. Early momentum. You start seeing more keywords ranking on pages 2 to 3. Your Google Business Profile gets more views, and you might notice a small increase in organic traffic. Months 7 to 9. The tipping point. This is where the magic happens. Rankings start jumping to the first page, traffic increases significantly, and you start getting more calls from organic search. Months 10 to 12. Acceleration. Your authority is established, rankings continue improving, and the compound effect kicks in. This is where you start seeing dramatic business results. Year 2 and beyond. Maintenance and growth. You're maintaining strong positions while expanding into new keywords and service areas. The hard work is done. Now it's about staying ahead of the competition. The emotional journey. Let me talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough. The emotional journey of SEO success. For the first few months, it can be frustrating. You're putting in work, spending money, and not seeing obvious results. I've had clients call me asking if we should just go back to Google Ads, because at least we knew that was working. But then something shifts. Maybe it's a single keyword that jumps to the first page, or a week where the phone rings more than usual. You start to see glimpses of what's possible. And then, when the compound effect kicks in, when your phone starts ringing consistently with qualified leads, when you realize you haven't thought about Google Ads in months, that's when you experience what I call SEO enlightenment. You realize you've built something sustainable, something that works even when you're not actively working on it, something that gets stronger over time instead of more expensive. The lifestyle impact. Here's something that might surprise you. Successful SEO doesn't just change your business metrics, it changes your lifestyle. Sarah told me that the most unexpected benefit of her SEO success was peace of mind. She no longer woke up every morning wondering if her Google Ads were working or if she was going to get enough calls to pay her bills. Her lead flow became predictable and consistent. She could plan ahead, hire employees with confidence, and even take vacations without worrying that her marketing would stop working while she was gone. That's the difference between renting your visibility and owning it. The reinvestment strategy. Once Sarah's SEO started generating consistent results, she faced a new challenge: what to do with the extra revenue and the money she was saving on advertising. Smart business owners reinvest their SEO success back into growing their SEO even further, expanding into new service areas, targeting additional service categories, creating more comprehensive content, building stronger backlink profiles, improving website conversion rates. This creates an upward spiral where success funds more success, leading to market dominance over time. The warning signs to watch for. Success in SEO also comes with some challenges you need to be prepared for. Capacity management. When your phone starts ringing more, you need systems to handle the increased volume without sacrificing quality. Competition response. Your competitors will notice your success and may try to copy your strategies or increase their own marketing efforts. Algorithm changes. Google occasionally updates its algorithm, which can temporarily affect rankings. Having diverse traffic sources helps protect against this. Complacency risk. Some businesses get comfortable with their success and stop investing in SEO maintenance, which can lead to gradual decline. Your success preparation checklist. If you're implementing the strategies from this podcast series, here's how to prepare for success. Operational readiness. Have systems in place to handle increased call volume. Train your team on how to handle higher quality leads. Develop processes for managing growth. Measurement systems. Set up proper tracking for calls, leads, and conversions. Create dashboards to monitor your key metrics. Establish baseline measurements so you can see improvement. Reinvestment planning. Decide how you'll reinvest SEO success back into growth. Plan for expanding your service areas or service offerings. Budget for ongoing SEO maintenance and improvement. What's coming next? In our final episode of this series, we're going to dive deep into advanced backlink strategies and talk about creating a sustainable, long-term SEO system that continues working and growing even when you're not actively managing it every day. We'll also discuss how to evaluate SEO agencies, what questions to ask, and how to avoid the common pitfalls that can derail your SEO success. Look, I've shared Sarah's story with you today, but I could tell you dozens of similar stories. Contractors who went from struggling to find customers to having waiting lists, restaurants that went from empty tables to needing reservations, service businesses that went from competing on price to commanding premium rates. The common thread in all these success stories is patience, consistency, and a long-term mindset. SEO success doesn't happen overnight, but when it does happen, it's transformational. It's not just about getting more website traffic or ranking higher in search results. It's about building a sustainable, profitable business that doesn't depend on you paying for every single customer who finds you. Remember, every day you're not working on your SEO is another day your competitors might be getting ahead of you. But every day you are working on it is a day you're building something valuable that will pay dividends for years to come. The businesses that succeed with SEO are the ones that think in terms of years, not months. They understand that they're not just optimizing for search engines. They're building authority, trust, and relationships that extend far beyond Google's algorithm. I'm Angie. Thanks for listening to the SEO Playbook. And I'll see you in our final episode where we're going to put together everything you've learned into a comprehensive, long-term strategy for SEO success.